So, Excellencies, authorities, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, thank you very much for being here. Welcome to the Atlantic Treaty Association, and thanks to the extraordinary and outstanding panelists that we have here today that was joining us from different countries in order to enrich our discussion on counter-terrorism strategies, the challenges and the perspective that we have ahead. My special welcome goes to those personalities that join us, as I said, from so many different countries. We listed quite 50 different countries coming from abroad and present here, ambassadors and different representatives. And a welcome I greet also the Pt.I 37 national chapters that are following us in this very moment, live streaming, because this event is live streaming from the US to Ukraine, from Morocco to Estonia. So welcome to all of them, and I hope that they will put questions and enrich our debate by Twitter, and the hashtag is #ATACounter. I repeat, the hashtag is #ATACounter. A special welcome goes also to the media representatives that are here in the room. And in this respect, let me say thanks to the moderator that we have, Georgi Gotev, coming from the Euroactive, senior editor, director at the Euroactive.com. As I said, we have an extraordinary set of panelists putting together different experiences, different institutions, and a different side of the Mediterranean and the globe. So, listing them, we have, starting from our moderator, the European, the advisor of the European coordinator on counterterrorism, so Dr. Spoor. Then I thank very much Dr. Ben Othman that was joining us once again in our event. And a special welcome goes also to the former president of Mauritania, General Val, that is here, and as well as to all our Jordanian friends that are also partnered, like Dr. Brazat, that is coming from Amman. And we are waiting, as is on the way, also for the head of the counter-terrorism unit of NATO, that is Juliet Bird. My thanks goes, and this is the biggest one that I have to say, to our partners that made possible this event in this way. So I refer to Abhath Consultancy and Research in Abu Dhabi and the Mediterranean Gulf Forum, both represented here from Amer Al Sabaileh, with which we are dealing since in a very active way in order to establish very soon, as it was approved also by our council meeting this morning, an Atlantic Council in Jordan very soon. This initiative, as I said, is organized alongside the council meeting of the Atlantic Treaty Association that successfully took place at the closed doors behind here this morning, and it testifies the new and reinvigorated commitment of ATA to play its role in this new security scenario and to effectively tackle the new threats and challenges of the present times. Why a public conference on counter-terrorism strategies? Because for more than 60 years now, ATA has been engaged in raising awareness on security issues and in promoting a real dialogue between international experts, policymakers, international organizations, from which can stem ideas for more effective strategies to safeguard our fundamental values: peace, stability, democracy, and the respect of the rule of law. Even though terrorism is not a new phenomenon in the security scenario since the Gavrilo Principle opened the World War I, today we can say that never has today our societies, our government, the international community is affected by so many terrorist attacks. However, nobody is calling himself terrorist, and we are still far away to achieve a common definition on what the phenomenon is. The new terrorist threat we are facing now is not only more worldwide spread and interconnected because of internet, but it has also other unprecedented features that need to be taken into account for developing more effective countermeasures. Emblematic is the growing number of homegrown and foreign fighters who are sometimes confusing themselves as freedom fighters, which on the contrary are devoted to destroy the fundamental freedoms of our civil societies and cultural heritage. There must be, in my opinion, three different levels of action and actors in safeguarding our security from the present terrorist threat. International one, the international organization, national governments, individual citizens. While the international organization have a relevant role in coordinating, supporting, enhancing the counteraction of the member state, it is the primary responsibility of the national governments to take care of the security, internal and external, of their citizens and country. This means also spreading a culture of security, collecting information, and also protecting the citizens that denounce potential threats. Citizens will acquire a more relevant role in the future counter-terrorist action as the first fundamental tale of a security mosaic. This means to conceive specific educational programs able to develop a new security culture in our countries. In this regard, ATA is investing a lot of resources and energies in close cooperation with its youth division, the Youth Atlantic Treaty Association, that I welcome here after one day of workshop that they spent yesterday at NATO. At the international level, the different counter-terrorism strategies of the international organizations actually appears today not anymore sufficient to address the new complex dynamics of terrorism. The UN, the European Union, the NATO policy guidelines, but also the OSCE counter-terrorist strategies are based and are basic documents that at least need an update, as some of them are 10 years old. These strategies also prove not to be successful enough in preventing or at least containing the radicalization process because they were not able to effectively tackle the root causes of this phenomenon by, for example, promoting real social and economic development alongside defense capacity building initiatives. This is particularly true in the Mediterranean and in the Middle East region, where we urgently need a new vision and a real proactive, not only reactive, a real proactive and comprehensive strategy able to address the multifaceted dimension of the security threats we have to cope with. What we need now is a long-term vision based on a deeper understanding of future challenges to the international security. For example, we now have to look beyond the present challenges of the southern Mediterranean shore and to foresee what is emerging in the south of the south. To this end, the outstanding presence in our panel of the former president of Mauritania, together with prominent representatives and experts from Jordan and Libya, will outline the challenges, the risks that Europe and the international community will face tomorrow due to our today inaction or short sightseeing. In all these three aforementioned fields of action, ATA has a relevant role to play, which its international programs promoting regional cooperation, best practices, training initiatives for civilian and military officers, the cooperation and support to national authorities and decision makers, and the educational activities for the new generations. However, even the combination of the aforementioned three levels of action will not produce an effective counter-terrorist strategy if not matched by a strong cooperative security approach with our partners in the Mediterranean and in the Middle East. In this perspective, the today presence as speakers as well as attendees of so many representatives of partner countries place this ATA initiative, let me say, in the right track. And having said that, it is with great enthusiasm that I want to welcome and I kindly ask the Honorable Dr. Lammers, that have been former President of the Atlantic Treaty Association and of the NATO Parliamentary Assembly, present member of the Executive Committee of the NATO Parliamentary Assembly, and Vice Chairman of the Defense Committee of the German Parliament, to join me in the podium for your introductory remarks. Please, Dr. Lammers.